We're about to explore a law of power that, well, it's deeply unsettling. It gets under your skin because it attacks the very idea of our most cherished relationships. It's a dangerous, dark truth about what happens when you mix trust with ambition.
So let me ask you something, and I want you to be brutally honest with yourself. In the cold, hard game of power, who is your single greatest threat? Who is the one person most likely to stab you in the back?
The answer? It's the person you trust the most, your best friend, the one who knows every secret, every weakness you have. In the world of power, they are the dagger waiting to be used against you. And no, this isn't just me being cynical. This is a pattern etched in blood throughout all of history.
And this all boils down to something we can call the friendship paradox. See, we think loyalty is what holds a friendship together. But the moment you introduce power into that equation, that solid foundation turns to sand, and it gets washed away by envy.
Now this law, it flips everything you've ever been taught completely upside down. Here's the core of it. A former enemy, someone you bring over to your side, will almost always be more loyal than a friend. I know, it sounds crazy, right? But the logic is brutally simple. An enemy has everything to prove to you. A friend feels like you owe them everything from the start.
So why are friends such a massive liability? It really comes down to these hidden psychological traps that are just baked into the nature of being close to someone. Let's peel back the layers and look at them one by one.
First off, friends will lie to you. Not always maliciously, but they'll hide what they really think to avoid a fight, to keep things comfortable. You never really know where you stand. Then, when you give a friend power, a poison seeps in, entitlement. They think they deserve it just for being your friend, not because they earned it. And that leads right to the next problem. They get lazy. They get ungrateful. And the most dangerous part of all, they know you. They know your deepest, darkest weaknesses, which makes them the perfect person to destroy you if things ever turn sour. Okay, so if you can't trust your friends, who can you trust? Well, the answer is as twisted as it is effective. You turn to your enemies. You see, a former rival isn't a threat waiting to happen. They are an untapped resource, a goldmine of hungry ambition just waiting for you to harness it. And just look at the contrast here. It's night and day. A friend hides their motives behind a smile. An enemy? Their actions are honest. You always know what they want. A friend gets comfortable and lazy. An enemy has to work relentlessly, day and night, to prove they deserve their new position. And yeah, a friend knows your weaknesses, but an enemy, their very presence keeps you sharp. It keeps you focused. It forces you to be strong always. Now, if you think this is all just some abstract theory, let me tell you a story, a chilling piece of history that proves this law in the most brutal way imaginable. It's the story of an emperor who gave his best friend everything, and in return, had his life taken from him. So you have Emperor Michael III. He absolutely showered his best friend, a man named Basilius, with wealth, with titles, with unbelievable power. His advisors warned him, but he wouldn't listen. But for Basilius, a taste of power wasn't enough. It just made him hungry for more. That gratitude Michael expected, it vanished. It was replaced by a burning, corrosive envy. He looked at his friend, the emperor, and thought, that should be me. And so, in the year 867, Basilius sent assassins to murder Michael in his sleep and took the throne for himself, the ultimate betrayal. And here is the lesson, carved in stone. Michael's fatal error was believing that his generosity, that gratitude, could ever buy him true loyalty. He learned far too late that in the brutal math of power, envy is always the stronger number. It devours everything else. So this isn't just some morbid story from the past. It is a practical life or death lesson. So how do you actually use this law? How do you move through the world and protect yourself from falling into the exact same trap?
The rules are sharp, and they are clear. Keep your friends for friendship. Keep them away from your work, your ambition, your power. When you need to hire someone, you hire for one thing and one thing only: skill, never affection. You must always maintain a professional distance. Don't let emotion cloud your judgment. And finally, if you look around and you have no enemies, you're in serious trouble. An enemy keeps you on your toes. Without one, you become complacent, you become weak, you become a target.
Because you have to remember this. The empty, polite praise you get from a friend, it means nothing. It proves nothing. But a victory that you have to fight for, a win you rip from the hands of a determined enemy, that proves your strength. That forges your reputation in steel.
And that leaves us with one last haunting thought. A famous quote often tied to Voltaire. "Lord, protect me from my friends. I can take care of my enemies myself." A chilling reminder that the greatest danger will always come from the one place you refuse to look, wearing the smiling face of a friend.